Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is about getting messages from your spirit guides. So let's start with pile number 1. We have Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, and Cancer. Your card is Matter. Okay. So for pile number 2, we have Gemini, Taurus, Libra, and Capricorn. Your card is Chamomile. Okay. For pile number 3, we have Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Leo. Your card is Poppy. Okay. I will now choose some Om for each pile. So let's see, pile number 1. Oh, okay. So this is strife, yes. So I'm sorry, is this focused? It's very small, so it's a bit hard to focus. So this is about cleansing. Interesting. Okay, for the second pile we have, okay, so this is quert, like this. Quert, the apple tree, and this is choosing beauty. Okay, beautiful. So for pile number 3, yeah. Okay, we have Ngettel. And this is the fern. It means direct action. Interesting. So I'm already getting a few stories in my head. But let's wait for the readings. I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile according to the card, the Om, the zodiac signs, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1. Already I have so many stories and things to say. I don't know why today, just it's coming really quickly, everything. So, and it's also coming in the form of music, and I don't know why exactly, but I'm going to share that with you. So, because of this strife, and so the name is Blackthorn. This is the English name, Blackthorn. And the fact that it's related to cleansing, I have this beautiful tune that I revisit frequently. It's by a group called Anuna. It's an Irish singing group. And they have a song called The Blackthorn, or just Blackthorn. And the lyrics are so beautiful. They're all about nature and, of course, the blackthorn and love. So I don't know why I had to share that, but as soon as I got this I instantly thought of that song. specifically related to the blackthorn. So maybe that song might help with some cleansing. And that song can be it can move you very deeply. It's very evocative and it's mysterious. It's a bit sad. So maybe it makes you cry. It makes me cry sometimes. So it's really it moves me very deeply. So maybe there's a cleansing that needs to happen with music for you. I don't know why. But also the matter. And the matter has a lot of things going on here. So it was used to dye clothes red. So that's why you have the red cloth here. And it represents strength of character. So I would say that maybe this advice from Spirit is going to be about you finding your strength in challenging times. So while facing hardship, and there's always going to be some sweet nectar that the goddess, in this case, is going to offer you as a way to ease the suffering, to give you strength, to find the deeper parts of yourself that are connected to the earth also and to instinct. This moth is attracted to the nectar. As you can see, it's a little like straw. I only know this name like in like scientific terms, but anyway, in English, I'm not sure how to say it. But it's like a straw that they use to drink the nectar. And you also have this votive figure here, and it's a Bulgarian goddess, and I'm afraid to try to pronounce the name, so I won't. It's from a specific location in Bulgaria. And when I saw that, I heard in my mind the singing of Bulgarian women, which is absolutely beautiful. And I am a big fan. Ever since I was very young, I loved. So I will recommend these two songs that I'll put in the comment section. And it's so one on one of the albums that is beautiful Bulgarian singing. It's called the Mystère des Voix Bulgares. So it's a French name. I don't know any other format, but I will try to find it and post it below so that I don't know, maybe it's inspiring, and I do feel like it will help with this cleansing. Music is such a powerful transformative force in our world. So the blackthorn and the Bulgarian voices. And it's all choirs. It's all the human voice and choirs creating magic. It's actually very beautiful. And so I also think that you're in a specific moment in your life where it's like a coming of age or a moment of transition, of great transformation that requires a lot of strength of character also, because you might be facing some sort of challenge or adversity, and you are going to see right away that there's an easy path and there's a more challenging path. And I think that you're going to take the challenging path because you know it's right. So that's why your spirit guides are telling you to recuperate, restore all the strength that you can, and to also have these amazing tools to transform negativity, like music, for instance. So let's see. So what else do we have for pile number one? That's already so much. Okay, it's very assertive. Singer of initiation. So yeah, that's that process I was describing, like rite of passage. Okay, so just give me a moment. So there's Los Guna. Okay, and Fluff the Footer. Interesting. So it feels like you're on the threshold here and it's about to get serious. That's what I feel. So, or you're about to get very serious about something that you're going through. It feels like it's like in your mind, it's like it's time for something. It's time to face something or it's time for something. Okay, it's very simple. Moon in Capricorn with practicality. So something related to the earth or earthing, also being connected to the ground, putting your feet on the ground. Walking barefoot might be very useful in nature, of course. So we have Venus in Libra with its indecision. Sun in Scorpio with endurance. That strength of character that you need to have. Jupiter in Pisces with seduction. Mars in Taurus with defense. Venus in Pisces with submission. Okay. It feels like you're going to have to adjust to each situation with a lot of diplomacy, and you have to be sensitive. So there will be times when you need to be very soft and you need to convince others of something, and there will also be times where you need to set your boundaries really, really hard and very straightforwardly. And other times you might have to accept other people's terms, but it's something that you do willingly and voluntarily. It's not something that you are just obliged to do or that you are forced into. The door is always open, but you might force yourself to something. So that may be okay. Let's see what the tarot has to say. So we have the King of Wands, the Fool, not sure if it's focusing very well. Okay. And you have the Devil. Yeah, so I feel like this is all about, this is how you feel about this new chapter. It feels like it's going to require a lot of strength of character, not to give in to the temptations that might come. And you know you have to have that power. You have to own that power. You have to bring that power with you. And somehow that power is also affected by music, because Losgona is also about music. It's also about damp places and water, connection with dream state, meditation. And I think there's something about music. So this is also a singer. This deck has a lot of singers. The singers are the spirits, but it's the singer. So maybe singing, and also all the music that I suggested is almost exclusively made with the human voice, or exclusively. I will put some examples. So there's something about your voice, maybe singing or listening to the human voice. And listening to music. Music is going to transform the situation for you. Should you make music? So maybe you are a musician and there's something really grounding about your creation, and maybe your guides are advising you to be more disciplined about it, and to practice, and to use it as also as therapy, as a way to ground yourself in your power. Ace of Swords. Three of Wands. So to me, this is also telling me that you need to explore something further. So further exploring, moving it into a specific direction. Maybe you need to choose a direction, like choosing a style. Like, for instance, if you really want to learn music, or if you want to sing really well, there's something here about you choosing a style and going with it. And that style has to be something that makes you feel really grounded and powerful. And the more you do that, the more you feel that instinctual connection, the more it will shine also to others. So maybe there are other things that are trying to get your attention and that you should not give into. Other worlds or other corners, of other bubbles of ideas and creativity. There's so many things that we can explore. There are so many different styles of everything that is related to the arts. There are so many approaches. There's so many ways to do the same thing, but your style. There's something about your style. Your style. Not giving into other people's style. And even the coloring, like dyeing cloth with red, that's something that's really, it gets the attention of others. It's a really bold color. So imagine in the ancient times when everything had very natural colors, and you had this dye, so red was really, really strong. There are a lot of red dyes, and I'm not sure if I ever saw something that was dyed with madder. But I'm sure everything that was dyed would make a really good impact, a beautiful, it would look beautiful, it would look attractive and artful. There's something here about style, like personal style. Chariot. Ace of Wands, two aces. Five of Swords. Five of Swords and the Devil. Be careful with people who have a defeatist attitude towards life right now. I would say that that's really affecting your psyche, or more, it affects this specific area of your life if you're a creative person, or if you are more sensitive and you need to have your little world, little, I'm saying little, and it's not a pejorative way of saying, it's more like enclosure, having this cozy place, safe place where you can discover yourself and experiment and move your style forward. And because that little bubble, which is doesn't have to be little, but I'm, being a little bit trying to joke a little bit because I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter. So that little bubble is actually very important because it's the thing that makes you feel protected from the influences that affect your mood, and they affect your mindset. They also can influence a little bit of your output on life, how positive you can be. So there's something here about protecting something that is precious to you in a way that because it creates. It's the thing that creates. It's the energy in you that creates. So it's a bit like protecting your inner child in a way. So the mother and father, they protect the child so that it can play. And play is what? Is experimentation. It's discovery. It's enchantment. It's that feeling of awe and of the beauty in the eyes of the beholder, and also the beauty in the ears of the listener. So when you keep listening to conversations that are, I don't like to say low vibration, but they make you sad, and they bring the energy down, and they kind of destroy your motivation. That's like listening to bad music, because words are also sound, and they have a specific languages, and languages have their own musicality. So sometimes languages can also express a lot about the peoples who speak them, and it's different for a person who is, for instance, from the UK, or is British, speaking English, and someone who is from another country, like, I don't know, like for instance from China. Their English is going to have a slightly different, even if they grew up there, or if they listen to a lot of English, there's always something a little bit different, and it's the musicality. And I feel like languages can also be musical, because the way that we modulate and the rhythm, it expresses deeper things, and our instincts, they just grab that instantly, and we know some things we just can't explain, and they're not rationally, it's not what the person says, it's the music in their words. And sometimes being around very negative people, or people who are going through a lot of hardship, it can be very taxing for that child that just wants to see awesome things and discover and play and relax. And that's how I'm feeling this. Like you need to be careful with this. And I'm not saying that you can't be around people who are going through challenges, because that would be unrealistic for some of you, or just very cruel. And it's normal to have challenges in life. But however you can, and whenever you can, try to protect that child and to let it play. So imagine that part of yourself as a child, that you need to create like a garden where it can discover things and crawl around and put things in their mouths like the babies do, and it's safe. Okay. There's something here about being on the ground, like lying down in the grass, or lying down in a field, and I'm already seeing like this, like flap the footer, like this really beautiful forest floor full of leaves, and really comfortable, and smells really nice. I love the smell of the dry leaves with a little bit of humidity. because it smells like mushrooms and it smells like really musky and like wood, like sandalwood. So I know many of you might not find it very pleasant, but I do. I love the autumn. I love the fall. It's one of my favorite seasons, definitely. So there's something about that. We have Death card. Okay. 8 of Wands. And with these two okay, together, let's see. The Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords. That's interesting. So I feel like your guides want you to know that very soon you'll be kind of hitching a ride. So there's going to be this change, and you're going to use that change in your favor and to also change something in your life because of that major change. And I know this is really, it's just this story that came into my mind, and it's not necessarily these cards that it's just a story. Okay, when I saw these, I was like, hitchhiking, you're like catching this comet, and the comet is taking you. So there's this naturally occurring force that is taking you there. It's like the tide. It's taking you somewhere. And when you least expect it, I feel like you're going to have a breakthrough. Some sort of breakthrough. I'm also sensing that I feel like this is like a sneak peek, that it's like a surprise, and they don't want you to worry about it, or they don't want you to reveal a lot about it. But I think that somehow this is connected to this inner child that you're protecting, so that when this happens, they will feel like, that's awesome. That's, that the child is able to react with the enthusiasm and the purity that you need to energize something that you're doing. And it's like hitching a ride. So meanwhile, you just take care of that aspect of yourself and be very careful around the negativity of others, the negative experience of others. Protect that sense of awe and of love for life and love for the world and for the earth. Protect that so that when the time comes, you go with the flow. And also to know that I feel like you're really embraced and protected by the earth goddess. So whenever you can, when you put your feet on the ground, it's going to heal you. It's going to help you so much. So earthing and lying down, like putting all of your body against the earth. Grass, leaves, everything, that mulch, I don't know, whatever feels comfortable, but really something that you can smell and really connect with, that is earthy, and that reminds you of the earth goddess, of the love of the earth. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for this. This was so inspiring. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. So your ohm is Kuert, and it's the apple tree. To choose beauty, to choose something because it's beautiful. Oh, has a little bit So to choose beauty is also to take care of the flaws in this case. Okay, so your card is chamomile. And chamomile is such a gentle spirit, and I don't know if any of you enjoy chamomile. Chamomile is good for everyone. It's one of the only plants, like calendula, that even newborn babies can use for the skin. They can drink chamomile tea, and it also aids women in breastfeeding because it aids in the production of milk. So there's so many beautiful benefits of chamomile. It's calming, and it's such a beautiful energy and such a soft, beautiful energy. It also includes babies. It feels to me like it's something that protects families. There's something here about protecting family and being like a guardian or having guardians. Maybe your spirit guides are also kind of sorry, wanting you to know that they're present in your family and that they're protecting your family. Okay. So, and beauty. So beautiful, beautiful spirits protecting you, protecting your family lineage, the spirituality of that group. It's maybe it can also be a spiritual family that you're integrated in. Oh, I just noticed that there's an apple tree also. So you have the apple tree and the apple tree. Okay, let me think about that for a moment. So there's so much to be said about the spirituality of the apple tree and also the myths and the folklore around it. So, but for me, the idea that stuck out the most was the nourishment it gives. And it's also a beautiful tree, and apples are beautiful. And of course, most of you might know the folk tale of Johnny Appleseed and how he wanted everyone to have nourishment. So it's this really philanthropical and generous, I would say, yeah, the generous nourishment, and also like taking care of family or taking care of a spirit group, spiritual family, okay, or being taken care of, being connected to a spiritual family. Let's see what else for pile number 2. We have Penelope, Dreamweaver. Okay. Okay, the Bright Mother. Sorry for that. Okay, we have the Bright Mother. Arval Parrot. Arval Parrot. So with the Bright Mother, I feel like there's something here about family or taking care of vulnerable people or a spiritual family. So there's some kind of a generous embrace, like a motherly figure, or maybe you are the motherly figure, or there's someone like that that's really relevant, that's really important in this moment of your life. Or it can also be your spirit guides that have that particular energy, like a mothering energy. But there's a story here that's going to come out. There's a story. So I was just getting like the the general energy. This one. And now we go and see the rest of the cards. So we have Mercury in Aquarius with originality. Sun in Libra with harmony. Jupiter in Capricorn with control. Charity. Saturn in Cancer with charity. So there's something here about being charitable, being generous. Moon in Aries with protection. So either you're going to receive charity or you're going to be able to be charitable. There's something that there's a nourishment here. And I'm still not sure why it's so important. Maybe you need to talk about it. Is that it? Maybe you need to talk about it. Is this something about what you're feeding, like you're feeding your feelings or feeding some thoughts with concepts and with words and ideas, and there's something here about using that with a lot of care, because this woman here, she's like shushing. There's something here about measuring your words very well, knowing exactly when to speak and what to speak. But there's also here something here about an access to a resource, so a source of nourishment, and someone being generous with you, or you being generous and taking care, maybe you being able to take care. It's like stewardship and guardianship. Magic. Wow. Isis, this is the Magician card. Six of Wands. Wow. The Star. You know what this feels like to me? That you're achieving something that is really meaningful to you. You've been it's something that you've done. It's about something that you have, like a resource or something that you have done. And it's possibly something material, but it can be an idea, a really good one. And it feels like that's a dream fulfillment. It's something that requires you to communicate carefully. It's something that you might need to put on paper in a very specific way. It's something that needs to be represented in a specific way so that it is accepted, that is embraced, so that it's a victory for you, and also so that other people can enjoy it. Because there's something here about generosity and sharing, but it's sharing in a very measured way. It's not just giving things away without expecting anything in return, which is, of course, being charitable. But it's much more than that. It's almost like creating a system that promotes generosity and that makes your life more generous, and that also enables you to be more generous. So it might be an increase in finances. It might be something practical that your guides want to aid you. It's like they want to guide you. There's something in your dreams. they're both surrounded by stars, and it seems to be like they're related. They're touching something shiny. They know the mysteries of the night. They know the mysteries that come in darkness. So it's when everything is dark that you see the stars. So there's something that is made clear when you communicate it correctly. Maybe someone specific needs to know of your ideas, and maybe your guides want to guide you towards this person or towards this resource that is going to help you increase what you have, and also it helps you expand, but it also helps you overcome something. It feels like it's overcome just the adversity of trying something different because you have originality, and it's an idea. It's like an idea that you have that you want to accomplish, that you want to see made real. Ace of Swords. So that idea, it's all about that one idea, the world. It's accomplishment. It's about you starting something and ending that project with the celebration that comes with the overcoming of all the adversity. Something will help you overcome the adversity. We have balance, Yamana, and this is the Temperance card. Prince of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Five of Swords. I think they want you to move away from something so that you can get what you want. So they're kind of guiding you towards something else. But it feels like it's not going to be too much of a challenge. It just seems like it's something different and you're not used to it. It's just a change. Maybe you have to change your method. Maybe you have to surround yourself with different people. Because this is about spiritual family. This is about gathering like-minded people who you can connect with. Prince of Cups. And relationships. So good, rewarding relationships, heartfelt, are part of the way. And they are part of the thing that helps you overcome the challenges of this project, of this dream that you want to make real. So tell me more about this dream. Movement, Rhiannon. It seems like it's something that comes from, it's like your will. It's very much your project, your drive, your energy. It has a personality of its own, but it's your fingerprints on it. Princess of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. So to me, this is telling me that the interference of others at this time might not be very wise, and it might confuse you. There are people who confuse you. It's like you need to find your own way. So it doesn't matter what other people say, even if they have very good intentions, and even if they're part of your soul family or spiritual family. It feels like at this moment, you have to really own that space. It has to be very much your space, your energy. You have to create something that's you. It does feel like it's something material or that can bring material prosperity. It's in the cards, it's on the way, but it's not immediate. It's going to be a process. And maybe we can know a little bit more about so when is it going to be finished? The moon with Diana. It feels like you have to prepare yourself for something that's happening in a month. So a month from now, it feels like you're going to be required, or that you're going to have a chance to explain something about what you're doing, or to communicate in a specific way. And communication skills are very important at this moment for you. And when that time comes, your words are going to be like magic. It feels like they're going to transform your reality. And maybe they will also be quite transformative for another person. For another person's reality. Okay, just let me clarify this part here. So, the sun with the zodiac. So, I think that you're going to communicate clearly something to someone, and it's going to feel for them like a harsh truth, like it's real, okay? So something that was up in the air and maybe a little bit like floating suddenly becomes palpable and visible. And it might I wouldn't say it would be intrusive, but it was like it's transformative. It's a moment that transforms this other person in your life. And maybe this is more than one person. It feels like some people might become more permeable and accepting of your ideas, more receptive, and other people might be either confused or just it might repulse them, it might repel them somehow. And it feels like it's something related to your family, spiritual family, like a very important group in your life. So it is a revelation, a communication that comes from you, from your mind, from your dreams, your aspirations. It's about something that's going to be concluded in a month. And it's something that can be, it will make a lot of people very happy, but it will also make some people They will be disappointed, they will be confused, they don't know what to think. They will also be affected by the emotional side of it. So it's not only just the idea, just the concepts, it's how they feel about those concepts. Maybe they disagree with something with you, like philosophically or in your approach spiritually. I don't know. It's something that shakes them a bit, and it's uncomfortable, maybe disappointing, maybe confusing. But it's a chapter that is closing, so it feels like in a month you're going to end. There's a project that's going to end, but in a good way. It's going to be concluded. It's something that's good, and it's the truth, and it seems like it's has integrity. It has possibilities for you. It's something that's palpable. It's something that you can do something with, you can create with, you can evolve. It feels like you're going to be in control of the situation. But other people, they might not be so agreeable or so pleasantly surprised or moved by what you're doing. It depends. But I don't think that that's really important, because it's all about you choosing what is beautiful for you, choosing what is nourishing, what is protecting, what is important for you, especially if it's protecting your family and protecting like vulnerable members of your family also. So if you have children, or if you have kids in your family, they might be needing your assistance or needing your protection, your attention. There's something that you have to transform for the family, and that will specifically impact the younger members of that group. Okay, so just let me get one more card related to what I was saying. Oh, 3 cards. Okay, that's fine. Temptation, Nyai Lorokido. This is the Devil card. And then we have, wow, Justice, Athena. And finally, the Queen of Pentacles. Huh. So, I think that this reading is kind of a preparation for communication. It's like you need to argue for a position. So this reading is trying to prepare your psyche for that to happen smoothly, and for you to close a chapter and to like end this once and for all. There's something about like ending things and being very clearly defined, like this is the end and this is the start of something new. Like I don't want to bring all the I don't know, useless ideas or things that are not, aiding in anything, your projects, your movement forward. It's not helping. So whatever's not helping needs to go, and sometimes that might mean that you might have some conversations with people that are going to be displeased by your movement forward. But since it's so focused on your own personal experience, it needs to be expressed correctly. So maybe meanwhile, you will train and try to find the right words to defend your position, and to also describe how you view things and how you want them to move forward. Your project, your I don't know, whatever this is, because this can be something related to to work, but also to family life. There's something here about that connection, maybe. Maybe there's some changes in your work life that need your family to adjust, or the reverse can also be true. Like there's some changes in the family that require some adjustment at work. There's something about that. And I feel like you have to prepare your arguments, like you have to study so that you're not caught off guard and that you're not misunderstood, that your energy and your ideas aren't twisted, manipulated, misinterpreted. So this would also be a good time to consider carefully written documents and things that you signed, especially at the end of, so 1 month from now. So that would be at the end of the month of September, if you're seeing this reading when it's published, but this is a timeless reading, so 1 month from now. When the time comes to sign things and to put things down into paper, to settle things, be prepared for that with all the words and all the concepts very clear in your mind, so that your project is protected and also the most vulnerable members of that group, that family, spiritual or blood family, so that they're protected and taken care of. Okay. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your own is Ngetal, and this is fern. And the keyword or key concept is direct action. And the poppy has a lot of different meanings, but I'm going to focus on one specific that really stood out for me. Specific meaning, which is the knowing when to be vigilant and to let things flow. Knowing when to use your focus and attention on something, and also forgetting about it and letting it just be on its own. And there's something here about what to do in this situation. Okay, so what should I do? Should I give it my complete attention, or should I let it flow? So let's see. What is the message from your spirit guides today? G-O, the slow, ecstasies, and the fawn. Okay, so with poppy, there's always the danger of a little bit of numbness, because as you know, poppies, specifically the opium poppy seeds, they're numbing. They have the anesthetic effect. But to me, it feels like with all these cards, the message is really clear that what you need to do is let the natural magic occur. Let it happen, because it's slow. It is slow. It has its own pace and rhythm, but it's the best way to achieve what you want. It is already an advice here. So let's just confirm and know more about this situation. Moon in Virgo with order. Moon in Pisces with empathy. Moon in Aries with protection. There's a lot of moon energy here. Jupiter in Leo with publicity. And Jupiter in Aquarius with innovation. Interesting. So it feels like you're going to discover a different way of doing things. But before you do that, you're going to have to relax and let it go. That's what I'm seeing here. It's something that is not yet available for you to see, but it's going to be. And when, when you see it, I feel like you're going to be very enthusiastic about it, like you will want to talk about it. And another thing that's possible here is that you're discovering someone who can help you with something that you want to do, or a project, or an issue that you have to solve, or something that has a very different approach to this issue. They have specific skills and a very personalized, customized approach. I feel like they want to try something new with you, maybe. Maybe you will discover it online. It feels like you're discovering something with a click. Or there's something about this, the connection with the information that circulates in a fast way, like an expansive way. Maybe it's someone who has this really interesting skill that you find online, and that you're like, this person is just the right person. This is the perfect thing. I always wanted to do this. This is, I want to try this, or I want to contact this person. They have something that's very useful to me. I don't know, something like that. And there's some sort of natural flow until you get to that point. Maybe this is also recommended by someone you know, like someone recommends, oh, search this name online, or search this concept, or this kind of approach. There's something like that flows really easily. But there's also an aspect here of just forgetting about it, just not really paying too much attention, and to maybe focus on something else. So there are a lot of approaches here. So I'm going to confirm with the tarot so that I'm not confusing you. 7 of Wands. Eight of Swords. Ace of Swords. Okay. Eight of Cups. And 2 of Wands. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Six of Wands. Justice. It feels like you're meeting someone who will help you with a problem or with a project that you have. And that person they go like straight to the point, like, this is what you need to do. And it's very specific. It's really like surgical, the precision. So it's something that's really can be life changing. It also may present you with a choice. Like you may choose to turn your back on this or to turn your back on that person. No. Or to turn your back on another person and choose this one. Let me investigate this. Wheel of Fortune. So there are two Wheel of Fortune cards and they both came out. So it feels to me like at this moment, your spirit guides want you to let things flow a bit. And because things are changing naturally, natural magic is happening. So it's not what you do that really changes something. It's more like other people's energy or one specific person that comes in and does what they need to do very specifically and with a great skill. Like this is a particularly skilled person in that aspect, and it's like a good fit for you. They know what to do and they listen to you. They understand what they're doing. This can also be a connection, like a relationship that needs a bit of space, a bit of I wouldn't say absence, but time. So with Geo the Slow, things need to move and have a lot of space and have a lot of like a special cadence with the fawn, a special rhythm. So it's like letting things settle into their own rhythm without interfering too much. It's a lot of cards, but let's take them. So Four of Swords, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Okay, Four of Swords, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles. I also think that you need to let people look more carefully at what you are doing and understand things correctly, because I don't think that this is going to be something like fast, that even this person that's very skilled, they're not going to have this fast approach. They're going to have also a very slow paced and like accepting of the natural rhythms and the natural flow of things. They're also going to flow with that or enter into that state with you. That's interesting. So it's like a synchronization. So also when the time comes, you might be faced with a decision to take a risk or to leave it as it is. Okay, maybe there's some advice regarding that. Four of Cups. So it feels to me like it's better to be cautious, like it's better to be a little bit conservative and to be more accepting of what is. Because I would say that maybe the challenges that come with that risk might not be as interesting as they seem. So when I was saying that with the publicity and innovation card, you initially might feel this enthusiasm, but then it might be a little bit bittersweet. So I feel like this reading is coming to you so that you can understand that maybe when you fall into this situation, when you are attracted or when you are connecting with this situation or this person, it might seem like very, very interesting on the surface and very enticing. But when you really dig into it and you think about it, maybe not so much. And maybe that's why you also have the poppy here. And the action that you need to take is to be quick or to be agile, to be so that it's easier for you to move on if that's what's best for you. So if you feel like you want to move on from this and this is not the risk that you want to take, then it's fine. It's okay, because I feel like either way you're getting what you need because you have the natural magic working for you. But maybe it wouldn't be so interesting. So maybe this person can make things very interesting, very like they can experiment, okay? And you also might discover something interesting. But if it stops being interesting and if you're suddenly if you have any doubts about this person or about a situation, I would say that according to this reading, being a little bit more conservative in your choices and a little bit more like, okay, I'll just sit and observe. I'll just let things flow so that they reveal themselves in their time naturally, and I accept that rhythm. I'm not impatient. That will be helpful somehow. I feel like that's a healthy approach. It might be a little bit, so for some of you that want to be bold and that want things to move fast and you're impatient or you want to see things, you're curious about something, you want to experiment, be careful with that energy because it might be a little bit too enchanting. And I know that it's a bit disappointing, and I don't want to be the one to rain on your parade. And if this reading isn't fitting your situation, just let it go. So, but that's what I'm seeing here. It's just you being a little bit like enthusiastic and interested in something, a method, a person, a relationship, a project, and not really knowing when to let it flow. And because your fire is so intense, it ends up like lighting the candles of other people. And when I say this, what I mean is you think that the fire and the passion is coming from other people also because it's so intensely experienced by you, by yourself. And it's maybe not the case, or it's not exactly as you think. And the best approach here would be to just let it fade a bit and to put that energy to apply it in a different way. So how do you direct that energy? Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Wow. That's such a beautiful wish fulfillment. That's so interesting. But it's interesting that's the 10 from the 9. From the 10 to the 9. That's what I meant. So maybe it's learning to mastering this energy is to learn how to move from a 10, so the completion of the emotional cycle, to a 9. So for me, that would mean to keep things a little bit open-ended, so that time and the natural flow of life does its natural magic, and it's a bit more effortless. It doesn't allow you to be as intense constantly, but it will allow you to keep your dreams alive. So in a way, fuel your dreams. Don't expect other people to do that for you. And also learning how to allow other people to show you how they can be a part of that perfect picture in their own way. So it feels like this is a reading about expectations, for sure, regarding a relationship, regarding a work project, or something that you're dreaming of, and how to achieve it in a way that is healthy, that is realistic, and that you can include in your experience truly, that it's not just a figment of your imagination or just a pipe dream, let's say. So how to really achieve it? It requires natural magic to occur. So nurturing your dreams, understanding that they also have a particular quality, and that's like the fire that you put into them. Your passion is very specific to you. Other people will have a completely different approach, and I feel like there's a tension here that sometimes might be a bit hard, because it's what I'm feeling is like this impatience that I want things to move forward. Like I want this relationship, or I want this work, I want this project to go forward, I want to see the results, or I just want to move forward. And the attention is too much. It's so much on that, so much focused on that it ends up distorting the image. So if you take care of the image, the perfect image, and be careful that you're not the only one participating in it and creating it. Be careful that you're not the only one giving it all its power and all its energy, because I feel like you need to include someone else, or another group or energy that comes, if it is a project, something, an idea that you're achieving with someone else. Because I do feel like the other person or the other group of people, they have something to contribute. For some of you, this is a very specific person. So if it's a relationship, that would be obvious, but it's also maybe someone who is helping you with your project, and it has the right skills, the right character, the right knowledge and wisdom. But you need to give them a little bit of space, because they also have a specific timing, a specific idea. And with time, your picture will match. It seems like it has a lot of potential for happiness, 9 of Cups. So if you know how to move from these two, how to move in between these two states of being very focused on it and just leaving it be, to flow on its own, and to just, okay, accept what comes and then work with what comes. If you can flow between these two different approaches easily, it will be very good for you, and healthy and sustainable. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.